So how does a horse go downhill? Geez, she's funny. Well, we made our way from Capitol Reef down through Grand Escalante over to Bryce, and now we're up at Dinosaur National Park up in the northeast corner of Utah, and we've had a lot of fun. We've been meandering. It's been that kind of road trip. We never know where we're going next, and we just kind of take us, go where the road goes. It's been a lot of fun. There's one thing though, in Utah, you can hardly find beer. You can get 3.2 beer in the grocery stores, but if you want real beer, you got to find a state liquor store, and it's only in the larger cities. So keep that in mind. If you're coming to Utah, bring your own. Anyways, from here, we're going up through Flaming Gorge and back up into Wyoming. We're looking forward to that. We're drifting north now, and going to make it home in the next few days. Anyways, stay tuned. We'll continue on with this and show you where we go. Bye. It's just our campsite here at the Green River Campground, Dinosaur National Monument, and you can see there's plenty of people camped around. But what just caught my eye was right next to where we're sitting is a cottonwood tree with about a 4-foot girth, 4 foot in diameter. And like I said, this is the Green River Campground. That means that this cottonwood was here growing when the trappers came through back in the early 1800s. This tree was here. Isn't that something? This is the banks of the Green River right by the campsite. It's pretty cool. You can see where the children come down and made their own wading pools and water features. Look down here by where Linda is. They made their own little river channel there with stones. It takes a lot of work to do this, But it's pretty cool. Last night in the campsite, after dark, there was so many people walking around enjoying themselves, bumping into each other in the dark. It was pretty cool. It was so warm out. I watched the space station go by overhead, the International Space Station. It was pretty cool. It was so bright. Then when it got into the Earth's shadow, it disappeared. Having a nice time. We're going to be home in a couple of days, but no emergencies at home or anything like that, so we're going to go home slowly, but a couple more nights, I think. So if you come to Dinosaur National Monument and you decide to go visit the quarry, the dinosaur quarry, which is where we just arrived, and you take the shuttle, don't ride in a trailer. The exhaust fumes are terrible because it lugs up the hill, and boy, we were getting gassed out. Anyways, if you do that, ride in the front. And this is the quarry exhibit. We're going to go inside and take a look. It's where you can see the dinosaur bones still in situ, embedded in the rock. Wow. That's a lot of bones in the rock. I had no idea. Can you see the skull and neck bone? There we go. Oh, there it is. From where I'm standing, that looks to be about 6 feet long from the neck to the tip of the nose. This bone down here, this leg bone, looks to be about 10 feet from one end to the other, just to give you an idea. There's hundreds and hundreds of bones in here, all different kinds of animals. So if you're into dinosaurs, this is about as cool as it gets. However, there is a dinosaur museum in Malta, Montana, up on the High Line, where the fossils actually show you the skin texture, not bones. You can actually see the skin texture. The only thing you don't know is what color they were and what they sounded like. So originally, when discovered, this was all covered in sandstone, and they found dinosaur bones on the surface at the top. Then they spent like 15 years cutting into the sandstone to expose all of this. This structure was built in 1958 to house it. In here you can actually touch dinosaur bones. The Allosaurus. Thinking he was pretty fast. So originally, that big cleft here wasn't there. This was just constant hillside up to here, and they discovered dinosaur bones at the top up here. And then they started digging down until they exposed everything that you just saw inside. It's pretty nice the way it's done. And now protected by that covering since, like I said, 1958, when they built that. Pretty cool. Hard to see on the rock face, but also part of Dinosaur National Monument, where the Ute Indians and before them what they refer to as the Fremont Indians. This is where they lived also in this area. You can see these up here pretty plainly, but what you can't see is some real fantastic ones, because the lighting is just all wrong and the style of them is just totally different in there. And the Green River wanders through down below there. Look at the flower pot in the upper left. Isn't that what it looks like?
I think it's water being boiled.
Maybe it's water being boiled. Looks like a clay flower pot to me. Your interpretation is as good as anybody's. It's a beautiful location for your artwork, don't you think?
Look, a lot of people are going.
Yep. The theme of this wall in this area seems to be the lizard. They're all over the place. These two you're looking at are about 3 feet tall. But look at this. That one's 6 feet long.
There's the other one above it.
And there's another vertical one above them. And a man above that. How neat. Linda's calling a lizard. And up here, about 4 feet tall, looks like a man holding a flute. And like I said earlier, it's the realm of the Ute Indian, and before them the culture known as the Fremont Indians, named after the man who researched them. Well, we're getting ready to head back down the trail to our car, and this is still part of Dinosaur National Monument. I can highly recommend this place. I have never seen dinosaur bones like that in such a wonderful display, and then the Native American petroglyphs are different than anywhere I've ever seen. The designs, that one Linda's looking at is a man holding a spear. That's pretty cool. But we're heading back to our camp, make some late afternoon lunch here, and rehydrate. There's a lot of heat coming off of these rocks and no shade. Well, this canyon is right up above Josie Bassett's cabin. She was a woman that lived here alone for 50 years. She died in 1964. Her cabin is still down at the base of this canyon. She had a great water source. She had a spring coming right out of the ground. She planted trees, fruit trees and grapes and walnuts. It looks like she had a pretty good life. Died in 1964.
Hey, Rick. Where are you going?
I don't know. I gotta find out what's at the end of this canyon. Looking for more petroglyphs. I don't know how many times we've driven past Dinosaur National Monument in the past and not gone in. I mean, dinosaurs are for kids, right? Well, we were wrong. It turned out to be the highlight of our trip. The museum was great. The uh, the exhibit there with the dinosaur bones was just fantastic, and we enjoyed it a lot. The campgrounds were nice. They were large. You could fit in any size RV or motorhome. You can take your canoe or your kayak and go down the Green River. It was nice. We enjoyed it a lot. Well, the next day we headed up north, Wyoming, and headed for Pinedale, where we're going to spend the night. Along the way, we stopped here at the at Farson, Wyoming, because this is a great place to buy ice cream. And let me tell you, I can't eat the small cone. It is so huge. So be aware of that in case you go in there for ice cream. And this was an old Pony Express stop. We always stopped there. Anyhow, we headed north. We planned on spending the night in Pinedale, but the smoke was from a forest fire was so thick, and there was ash falling from the sky. And because the grass around us was so dry out on the BLM land where we were, we didn't think it was safe to spend the night there, so we continued on north. And with all this going on, it's also snowing, just lightly. Ash falling out of the air, snowflakes falling out of the air. We're getting a police escort through an active fire zone. They're trying to keep this fire from coming over here and jumping the highway. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure and give it a like, and please subscribe and click on that notification bell so you get notified of any videos I come up with in the future. And be sure and leave a comment. Thanks. See you around.